This isn't life!
We're back.
Okay, let's go. Everyone up.
What an introduction. What an introduction. That's ridiculous.
We have got a special pod today. Special episode. Yeah, it's massive. We'll edit in some clapping noises, I think, some celebration noises.
Yeah, some like bitch better have my money music.
First thing that we've got is we're joined by our first ever guest, the infamous, the myth, the man, the legend himself, Luke Parkinson.
Perfect.
Thank you, lads. I feel like I've won a Make-A-Wish Foundation, but just not.
Just the worst one in the world.
I wasn't the kid that was seriously ill. I had like tonsillitis or something like that.
But they still had vouchers to use up.
John Cena was busy, so this is what I had left.
Disneyland? No, you can't go there.
There is this really good podcast, though, that's really popular in Zimbabwe. That you might like.
Ghana, yeah. A few listeners in Ghana. If people are wondering why where Parky is while he's doing this, he's actually flying a plane currently.
That's how it sounds.
He's a pilot talking over the tunnel. That's the only way we could get into.
Yeah,
he's a busy man on the job.
He does look like a pilot as well.
Okay, guys, descending to. Can you just say, Parky? Can you say, okay, guys, just descending to London Stansted.
Hi there, guys. Just descending to London Stansted.
That is absolutely spot on.
I just realised as an aeroplane pilot, it's a lot more sexual than I planned for it as well.
That works, mate. That works.
Like, you didn't tell us the time or the weather upon arrival.
Yeah.
So
or take really long pauses. You didn't take really long pauses.
I didn't say I was a good airplane pilot. I was probably Ryanair. It was just, we're nearly there, and then just shut it off. Get your shit together. We're nearly there.
Autopilot the whole way.
Parky.
20p to use the toilet.
Luke, you are a big fan of the show. I've heard that you've been badgering Josh to come on here. Week after week.
Critic as well.
Do you know what? I will say before you carry on, though, Alex. I know he's one of our best mates, but he has given the show a lot of love. I will give you props to that, and genuine opinions as well, because you always get genuine opinions with Parky. So I will say that. So
that is true.
We've all been excited, to be fair.
But tell us, Parky, one fact of yourself to put out to the listeners of why you think you should be here. What makes you worthy of This Isn't Life?
Imagine this is like an interview. What can you bring?
It's not based on any knowledge, expertise, skills, or even difficult opinions. They're interesting opinions. But there was a moment many years ago when me and Josh went out to Liverpool to watch the FA Cup final. Josh got absolutely hammered, and whilst on crutches, I had to clear sick out of his armpit hair and put him to bed. And I said to him the next day, "You owe me." So
there we go.
This is the payment.
There you go, Will.
Did you get it in his underarm? Did you his arm up and just went?
Because I was slumped up against the fireplace, and I was sickled down myself while still watching the game. When you get like when you're young and get pissed, and it's like you can't quite make it to the bathroom because you're scared, so you just go and then sickle down yourself. And I done it myself 3 or 4 times. It was everywhere. And Parky, bless him, on crutches because my dad wouldn't get up because the final was still on. Parky got me into bed and took my shirt off and picked sick out off me.
Well, I think that makes you worthy.
Yeah, that is. There you go, Will. There's a story that's about me. You love a story. There you go.
That's good. That's good, mate.
You've got a story, haven't you, Will? You've got a story.
Oh yeah. Well,
story time, is it?
Well, he's got a little
thing that
thing.
a friend sent me. Alex, I know you're quite a fan of Fesshole, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
I love Fesshole.
Fesshole on Twitter.
Yeah, so that's where it came from. I just thought it was amusing, to be honest. Shall I read it out?
Go on.
Age 19 and very drunk, I wandered into a little town museum. The lady inside said entry was free, but would I like to make a donation? I replied, would I fuck? And then farted loudly and added, you can give Tade that. It was 8 years ago and I'm utterly ashamed of my behaviour.
You can give Tade that!
Just imagine that.
That is life. That is life right there.
I just like the way that he's obviously been thinking about it a lot. It's
Give
8
Tade
years
that.
ago.
You can't because he's gas. That's why it's so amusing.
Imagine the poor lady.
That's the
It's
joke.
like walking
You
into
get
the
it?
Cater Museum up the high street. Do you remember the
No, it's
Cater
not.
Museum?
It's not because how they can call themselves a museum is a fucking travesty.
yeah, I know. I
That is
don't
a
even know what
joke.
they do.
That
I
is
don't
a
even know
joke.
what they've got in there.
My grandma's got more treasures in her house than they've got in their museum.
Can you name one thing? Name one thing that's in there. Do you remember?
Where? Apparently it's a
three-headed sheep
Apparently
or
double-headed sheep.
Is that in there, is it?
Yeah, that's
Sorry, I
in
didn't
there.
even remember that. I was thinking of the window. It hasn't got a window, has it? It's just boarded out.
My grandma's got a double-headed cow. What do you think of that?
Is this in Billericay? I've been
is,
around
yes.
Billericay for 30
Yeah.
years and I've never seen this.
By the Costa.
It's in, yeah, it's next.
next
No,
to
it's
the
no,
Costa.
no, it's not. It's
is.
just
It's one down, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and it's one before the fish and chip shop, or two before Boots. Next
No,
to
it's
door to
not.
Boots, isn't it?
It's like 4 before the fish and chip shop.
Oh, is it?
It's next to. It's if you're standing outside Costa. It's
Maybe
to
I've been
the
going
left.
into Boots thinking it was the museum.
Isn't that the
Shit.
really, like the white out building with like the
That's it.
steps,
Yeah.
really
The
old
steps.
one?
Yeah.
And there's like a door on the left, I think, because the one on the right goes to like a jeweler's or something.
But if
Yeah.
you are ever in
like
Billericay
3
and want to
floors.
go to the Cater Museum, I would use Google Maps and not our directions because they were piss poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
But while I say it is a extra special episode, not only have we got Luke Parkinson here, we've also
It's
got
also
a story.
Government
No.
name as well. Use
No.
use his government name.
Government name.
What?
They're still trying to find him.
He's like Jason Bourne. My holy, it's Jason Bourne.
Today's story comes from something that someone sent in.
No way.
What?
No
Yeah.
way.
no,
Someone's
it's
actually
It's-
sent something into the pod.
Someone sent
it's
something in.
You're lying.
No,
You
no,
are
no.
li- All these
We
weeks
don't
you're
have
asking.
any
But-
listeners.
But it's not a submission of their own story. It's one they found and have sent in.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Excellent.
Right.
Shout out
Do you
to
know-
who
does
sent it
anyone-
in.
I'll shout them
It's
out.
anonymous.
I'll shout them out because they show us so much love. The
they
guys
wanna be
over
anonymous?
at Semi-Skeptic
Oh.
have sent this in.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thanks,
they
boys.
sent this in to us, so thank you very much, boys.
So not
um,
like an actual listener then. Like one of our colleagues, you'd say, is give us a helping hand.
2 people's better than none.
Thanks, boys, but
We've also got
I
another
feel like a
review
kid
on
who's got a
that
lump of
one.
coal at Christmas.
Like an orange.
It's also nice to know that account I've been using has managed to get through with that email. So
It was the right decision to get Luke on here. It was the right decision.
Would you like to know the headline before you guess
Oh,
the
no.
tabloid?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Oh, Luke hasn't played Guess the Tabloid, has he?
Oh, you got to play guess tabloid. Well, I say tabloid. It's more guess the
You know-
website.
I know the
Okay.
format. I know the format. It's kept me entertained on my journeys to work every Tuesday for quite a while now. I've got the format down.
Well, it's got a bit of everything. This it has got crude, derogatory.
Okay.
It's got cryptids
Lovely.
Oh wow.
and drugs.
Oh perfect.
The
Josh,
trifecta
that's
of fun.
A little cameo for you at the end there.
Yeah, thank
What a Saturday. What a Saturday.
Trifecta.
This podcast is sponsored by Dubby. Dubby was formulated to give you all the energies, all the focus, with no jitters or crash.
Yeah, I mean we are talking no sugars, no calories, no maltodextrin, and no artificial colours.
You get 30 servings in every tub, and it comes in over 8 different flavours. But you know what else is sick about them? Their merch. T-shirts, hoodies and stickers, all on their website. Go check them out now.
And when you're on the website, type in "This Isn't Life" for 10% off your whole basket total.
This isn't life!
Woman claims she is in a sexual relationship with Bigfoot.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay. Can I go?
Is he Bigfoot or is he just well endowed?
Wouldn't be a foot. Might be a foot long.
Like a foot.
Might smell like a foot.
It smells like a foot.
You can have a go, but it definitely has not been on this show before. It's never been on here.
Right, it's going to be well obscure then, isn't it?
To give you a hint, it's what you would call someone, and I think it's a perfect place for us to find more stories.
Come.
No. No.
A twat.
No.
A twat.
No. Think more American.
Swear word?
Think more American.
Jackass.
Jerk.
No.
Is it like positive or negative?
It's negative.
Nimrod.
Do you know what? I think you're quite close there.
Oh, so it's something for like a fool, is it?
Nincompoop.
No.
Douchebag.
No.
Oh, good shout though.
Racking my brain for
It's like nincompoop, is it?
Nincompoop.
What would they
American
call
like an idiot.
Oh,
Like an
go on.
idiot bit,
Like an
American.
idiot. Yeah.
Mate, they use that. No, that's English, Will. You can't use English. We'll have to block that out. No.
Hold on, I can get this. You're an idiot.
It is just that word.com.
Fool.
Close.
Cool.
Close, but more
Idiot.
American.
Div.
Div.
Do you want me to give it to you?
No.
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna.
Said the priest to the little boy.
Oh, go on then, give it to me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's from moron.com.
Oh,
No.
Is that even American?
Moron.
That is American.
Is it?
That's American as a cheeseburger,
Moron.
Will.
Yeah.
No, that's a Royale with cheese, isn't it?
Royale with cheese.
It's a Royale with cheese.
Go on, Parky. Parky. I feel like Parky's not doing the funny shit that he should be doing because he didn't do an impression of Samuel Jackson then in Pulp Fiction.
But Royale with cheese.
Oh, very good.
Where's it from?
Very
How
good.
well do you know the film? Where's it from?
What?
What? Pulp Fiction?
No. Where's the
Burger.
burger from in the film?
Burger King.
Oh,
No.
England.
Oh, no, it's in McDonald's.
No,
No.
he's right.
England. isn't it?
No, he was right the first time.
Big Kahuna Burger.
Oh, it's a big. Oh, right. I thought you knew what they called
No,
it.
you're wrong. That's the
No.
Big Kahuna Burgers. The burgers the kids eat, and when he goes, "Can I have a sip of your tasty beverage?"
Yeah, it's supposed to be a
Yeah.
quarter
Parky's
pounder
right.
from a
Yeah.
quarter pounder. And
No,
then
no.
they haven't got the metric systems. They call it the Royale with
And Roy-
cheese.
Yeah, and he goes, you can get.
That's
And
it.
but do you know what country he was in?
France.
Yes, Alex,
Was
you.
it
Alex,
France?
you
I was wrong.
They're bad.
I did.
Alex,
Did. I'll
Parky's
hold my
come
hands
on
up.
and destroyed your whole podcasting career within. I don't know how long we've been recording for, but
You can still edit it all, Alex, but I'll take your place.
No, I stand corrected. Because it's when they're in the car he says about it.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
I just can't remember if it's Burger King or McDonald's. I imagine, was it McDonald's?
No, it's Burger King because he goes, what do they call a Big Mac? And he goes, it's still a Big Mac. It's called Le Big Mac.
Oh, yeah.
So he's talking about Burger King. Oh,
Yeah.
right, you've all been slaughtered. Let's carry on.
Okay.
Sorry, mate. I know where your forte is. Take you for a
Pub quiz.
pub quiz, yeah.
Well, I'm probably
Right.
going to butcher the last name here, but Nancy Hoggart told Bigfoot Tracker that she and the infamous Bigfoot had been in a sexual relationship since 2008 and they are trying to start a family. She claims that Bigfoot lives in the Mason County, Washington, and that she first encountered the beast while tending to her marijuana grow.
I think I might have solved this
found
already.
We've worked it out.
Bigfoot was standing there eating all of her buds. Apparently, he was loving
he is
life.
a big stoner. I've heard he's a big stoner.
What are you talking to me?
That's what are you talking about?
Do you know what?
That's why
Believe me,
he doesn't like people. He's always really paranoid, so he's hiding in the woods.
when his gummy's kicking, mate, I'll have all of them here. The lizards are Bigfoot, Mothman.
I'll be honest with you, some massive hairy bloke who's eating cannabis. He sounds like she's shagging Paul.
No, his hair was much more groomed, she said. He wasn't picking fleas off himself and eating them. We could literally roll Paul into a barber's that's just done a freshly cut hair, and then let him go in Mill Meadow and claim we've seen Bigfoot, because you would not know. That'd be the most definitive proof you could ever have. But make sure he's really hungover, so he's like, ooh, like maybe spinning around a few times, so he's disorientated.
No, you want him on his toes. When Bigfoot runs, he's like nimble, isn't he? Have you seen him in the vision? He's like up on his toes.
Have you seen him? He went, have you seen him?
No one's seen him, Parky. No one's seen him.
Every time they try to get footage of Bigfoot. That's why it's unbelievable. Is it footage of Bigfoot? And for a big guy, he moves too quick. If you've spent 200 years going unnoticed and you're like 10 foot tall, you've got to be agile. That's like a basic requirement. He's not struggling to get out of a chair, is he? You're going to catch him easy.
He's got massive feet, so
there's humans coming. Oh, let me just get it up.
Yeah. How did you find him? Well, he was perfectly camouflaged, but I heard this thing moaning about his back, so I knew where it was.
Well, she said.
Where was this place?
Sorry, it's near Washington. It's in Washington, in Mason County.
Bumsville, nowhere.
Mason County, Washington.
Oh,
so Washington State,
so the state.
DC, I presume.
Yeah.
Well, because it's Washington DC and then Washington State.
On the East Coast. Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense if Bigfoot was around Washington, where the White House is.
No. Washington DC is the East Coast, where Parliament. Yeah. Washington is the West Coast.
Yeah,
the opposite side.
No. But I'm saying it would. We were laughing about how funny it would be to see Bigfoot in the other place, but he wouldn't actually
he's been
be
trying. It makes sense that he's that far away from the government buildings, because otherwise, I forgot what I was going to say. It's because he all just went silent for like 2 seconds. Like, oh.
We can't work with 4 people. It's too much. My brain's not scrambled egg as it is. I can't cope. I don't know where to look.
Well, I can give you a bit more.
Go on.
She said at first I wanted to run because he's very scary, but I thought he might eat all my marijuana plants, and that's how I used to make a living. I pointed my shotgun at him, and he put his hands up, scared.
It doesn't sound like. Yeah. Okay. Right.
I mean, to me, that's sounding like a very hairy geezer.
Sounds like a human, doesn't it?
Who's going? Oh, I've been caught.
But if it is a human, can I just bring up one thing? A plot twist, if you will. It can't be a human, because a human would know that if you eat bud, it don't do anything. It has to be burnt or activated. So what would be the point
enough of it?
No, no, nothing would happen. Because it only becomes useful at a certain temperature.
Maybe he weren't eating it. Maybe he's storing it for later, like a hamster in his cheeks.
Maybe. I'm just throwing it out there. So if he was eating it, it might have been Bigfoot. He might not have evolved enough to realise.
Oh yeah.
All he needs is to accidentally start a fire. I'll drop some of that on there and go, oh, I'm never leaving. What have I found? You start crying like, oh, screaming. I've seen the face of God.
I've just read a tiny bit of the next paragraph, and this is where some laughs are going to come. That's when I looked down and noticed that he had a huge erection between his legs. I hadn't got any in a while, and well, from there, it somehow turned into an adult movie. I didn't know if he started it or I did. He did me from behind, which felt great. So, yeah.
He was built. She was like rolling up a stocking on a pole, just sort of moving it around like a kebab. This one I call the cement mixer.
Could you imagine the smell of him? Because either it's a mythical stinky beast, or it's a man. I don't know what's worse. It's a man that's been living in the woods so long he looks like a beast. Yeah, imagine the state of that geezer. It'd be like when Jafar turns into that mad prisoner in Aladdin.
I've
anyone
seen
seen that?
Aladdin.
Oh, that was a perfect reference, but
Sorry, mate.
well,
Mixed audience.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
Any
I should watch more Disney films, actually. Yeah.
any
Just move on, Will.
any bits to go on so far?
So she herself isn't stoned. She just works there.
What? I don't know if she grows it. So
When did she
yeah,
smack
that's what I
it
mean,
as
yeah.
well?
I don't
She
reckon
must
there's
do.
been a day since she was 13 she hasn't been stoned. So,
Yeah.
I
This isn't even
reckon.
hers. She just come across it and starts touching the leaves and that.
Yeah, she's not seen reality for a little while.
So the likelihood is it's just this hairy bloke. I mean, there's been
It's
no
gotta be.
reference to his feet yet. How does she know it's definitely Bigfoot?
Why? His feet's supposed to be big. Like bigger than his body?
how
Not
big?
like-
What?
No,
Not
I
bigger
think
than
it's
his
like-
body.
His feet
only
aren't
called
as long
Bigfoot.
as he is tall.
No, it's only-
That's what I mean.
He's
Like,
only called Bigfoot. He's only called Bigfoot because he like leaves big footprints.
hasn't
in
got
it.
flippers
He ain't
on.
because like he's got massive feet.
Yeah, but
he's got big feet.
No, but his feet are in
What are you
proportion to his
talking
body.
about?
No, but his
His
feet
feet
are
are
in
going to be as
proportion
big
to.
as the holes he leaves in the ground.
No, his feet. No, his feet are in proportion to his body.
I don't know. I've not met him, but from what I've heard, he's got big feet.
No.
He
I
might have
wonder
had
why it's
sandals
called.
on. I don't know.
I wonder why it's called Bigfoot. Is what I'm saying.
because he's got big feet, mate.
Yeah, but that's not the only weird thing about him, is it? He's a gorilla man. That's what I'm saying. What the fuck? Oh my god! Look at that big. Before they saw an elephant, he went, "Oh, look at that massive grey thing. We'll call it white tusk." No,
They probably did. They probably did when they were painting on caves. What are you painting? What are you painting? Oh, I'm painting a white tusk. Like, do you know?
Probably, yeah. To be fair, do you know what I mean? It stands.
I painted white tusk sitting pelican. You know.
Pay for. What did you pay what tusk for?
Do you guys know where it's like the idea of Sasquatches even came from? Do you know where it came from?
Probably
Mexico. Is it Mexico?
Do
Do you mean like the origin?
Yeah, like the story behind it.
Someone probably took a shady photo in like the 40s of like a geezer who's like bare hairy, and that's when it stuck, or it was like a folklore or a fable or something.
Yeah.
Do we have fables, or is that like a European thing?
No, I think
Everyone has fables.
yeah. I think it's Sasquatch. I want to say they originated in Mexico. Yeah, Mexico.
Yeah, I think you might be right as well. It sounds like something someone made up when they were high. I think this rides in perfectly, doesn't it? It's it's got stoned hillbilly written all over this.
Yeah.
But then, have you seen the size of? I think they're called
His feet.
No, no, they're either
But I've
called
heard it's called
mammoth.
Bigfoot, isn't he?
They're either called mammoth or giant sloths. You seen the size of them? Someone could get
but they're
confused and
not
go,
around there.
"What is that?"
They died out with the velociraptors, isn't it?
Yeah, but no, like not a mammoth. They're either giant or mammoth
Oh,
or
originally it's a mammoth or a sloth.
sloth. No, it's a sloth, but they're like huge. Now,
no,
if
no,
I saw that
but I think
in the
you're right. I
dark,
think you're right. It's not a real. It's not. It is real, but it's not. It's extinct now. It's been extinct for ages.
yeah, but imagine seeing that before it was extinct and going, "Oh, bloody hell, he's got a big foot."
Yeah.
hasn't
Yeah,
Bigfoot.
yeah. Cool. Look at that ape-looking thing. I know what we'll call it. We'll call it massive bastard feet. Like
he? No, we'll call it Sasquatch. Call it Sasquatch.
Yeah.
What's it called? Sasquatch.
Can I say as well, like, what is like, even if they found Bigfoot, who cares? Like, like realistically,
That's
like,
pretty mad.
I think
for-
most
that'd be
people
pretty
probably
mad,
know.
wouldn't it?
no, but
Most
like,
people probably know someone they could call Bigfoot.
yeah,
They've got
I mean,
big feet. They're tall and hairy. You guys are talking about Paul.
yeah. But Paul is the one that comes to mind. He matches perfectly. Yeah. He could be there. But more to the thing, like, we've got like there are crazier animals that we know about than just something that's like basically just like a gorilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it feels like
in Essex, wouldn't it?
it feels like if you found it, there'd be like about 6 months people being like, we found it, and everyone just like, yeah. move on.
You'd be in a zoo or dead. That's why.
Yeah, it'd be in a zoo.
They put it straight in a zoo, wouldn't they?
We were talking about weirder shit that happened in woods the other week, weren't we?
What, finding pool mags and that?
Yeah, that's weirder than seeing Bigfoot, isn't it?
Yeah, but is that because Bigfoot's normalised?
Oh yeah, probably. I mean,
can I just say?
I thought you meant traumatised by the pool.
Can I just say? Everyone's whole life, especially when you're our age, and you find pole mags in the was it in the forest? Yeah, and it always begs the question: who the left these pole mags?
Exactly. Is that
surely
Bigfoot? Yeah.
He's obviously a sex crazed maniac, isn't he? Because he's bent that woman over straight away.
Yeah.
He's been.
Well, you say that, but she puts here. She said that relationship blossomed from just sex partners into deep love. He is so sweet and caring. He brings me flowers and mushrooms. That explains it. He holds me while we stargaze. The only downside is he doesn't speak English. I've taught him to say my names, but it's kind of a garbled, and he mispronounces it as Nunsay.
This is a absolute homeless guy that's wandered into her field, and now he's thinking to himself,
load of shit.
Yeah, but now he's thinking, what a f***ing touch. What a touch. As long as I keep screaming like Chewbacca, like,
imagine she catches him coming out of a convenience store or something. Oh, you're right. Then just goes into it.
Yeah, just rips the woman's head off.
Hold on, I'll be back in a sec. just goes. Just gets down on his knuckles.
Starts throwing his shit at the window. Like,
I've got the visions, when like some bloke gets caught out for having like a second family, and there's like some woman who like goes into some bloke's boot, and there's like this great big Bigfoot like Chewbacca costume. She's like, "What's this?" And he's got to explain.
Yeah, runs around the corner like Superman or Spider-Man. Just quickly changes into it.
Spins around really fast, just as Bigfoot.
As he drives away, he looks to the side of him. There's just a soaking wet mama Bigfoot and two little kids in the rain. The kids are like, Papa. He's like, I swear to God, I don't know them.
He claims to know his.
Yeah, she's like, you're the only Bigfoot in existence. He's like, no. Wow,
nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me.
So you never know what you're going to see on the way to BP, do you?
You got one of those Maury DNA tests.
This does get more mental. It really gets mental, this story.
What we found out by our discussion is that Bigfoot's a f***ing arsehole. He's left his family.
Yeah.
He just on a whim, just shoots off to get some tail. And he was wandering around the woods going, sick of him. Finds this girl.
Mate, he's an absolute arsehole, isn't he?
He is. He's bad, isn't he?
Big hairy
I reckon
arsehole.
He's been in the woods to get away from his family.
Yeah, because now he's like, I've got 2 mortgages, I've got 14 cars, I can't do it. He's like wanking himself to death in the pool mags.
Yeah. He's so stressed he grew hair all over his body.
Yeah. I'm an animal. Like, But he's never quite had the courage to actually. He's put a rope around the tree and put his neck in it, but he's never had the courage to kick the old chair away. Always goes over and goes, "Where you been, dear? Been for your run?" He goes, "Yes, dear. Kiss her on the cheek and has dinner."
No, he's too tall and he kicks a chair, but he lands on the floor.
Or the branch snaps.
Yeah. That's why he's.
How was your squash game, dear? Oh, it was fantastic, dear. She's having his kids like nothing ever happened. Like every day does it. Every Wednesday.
Red mark around your neck. Oh, don't worry about that.
Yeah, no, don't worry about that.
That's why he's stealing all the bud, isn't it? I need to escape reality for a while.
No, he's gonna sell a load of it and then go to Mexico and get shaved and start a new life.
This is before he got there, isn't it? This is before he got to the place he was discovered.
Yeah. Or another theory could be that he's with his leading on from our other episodes before, he's got a vintage bag of porno mags and he's flying across the Mexican border because he's being chased by the old Bill. He's throwing them out
they
were drugs, trying to get rid of them.
Like a filthy Santa Claus, isn't he? Look at that.
Sydney, no.
Santa Claus grotto.
Grotto.
She has said that they're trying for a baby with no luck thus far, but she's confident that it will happen, even though she's 52.
That baby will come out of her like it did an alien. that will split her in two.
She said, once I'm pregnant, Bigfoot or John, John as I call him. John and
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Little John.
It's my dad.
You see my dad?
John, as I call him, and I are going to settle down and live a quiet, domesticated life in my house. He loves living in the forest, but I'm sick of the long-distance relationship. I have to communicate for 3 hours to be with my man. I have to commute for 3 hours to be with my man. It's getting old and gas is expensive.
Why doesn't he pick up his stick hut and move closer to her? Because he ain't got a 3-bedroom semi-detached he's got to get his shot of, has he?
Oh, how? I mean, if this is true, how annoying is this woman? He won't even not live in the woods. He'd rather live in the wild than live with this woman.
He just wants his own time.
This just proves how mental. This just proves how mentally needy she is. She's also trying to change her name legally to Nancy Bigfoot.
Not even name, to be fair.
Nancy Bigfoot. She's trying to change her name.
I like your style, but can we just lose the hair? It's like, I'm not even Bigfoot anymore. You're going to tell me to take the feet off next. I don't live in the woods. I'm not airy.
Yeah.
It's all I've got left.
And my massive 14-size Jordans.
Yeah, they're pristine. He never wears them.
You'll never get them.
Just on a tree somewhere.
You'll never get them.
Comes home one day, she's slashed them up.
That's when he does the Chewbacca.
Do you know what you've done to me?
Do it, Alex. Do the Chewbacca rule.
I can't do it.
Oh, who can do it? Someone...
I can't do it.
Oh, I thought you could do it.
I can give it a go. I think we should all give it a go.
Oh, go on then. It sounds like an abattoir.
Go on, Josh. Your turn.
Did he sneeze?
It's a load of.
I can't do it.
Will?
Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what he sounds like.
Well, it's a bit like...
2 perfect replications of it.
You sound like a dog.
Pretend you stubbed your toe.
Yeah.
Pretend you stubbed your toe.
Yeah.
Go on, Parky. Go on.
I sound like a walrus.
You want to get the like that.
Oh, there you go. Oh, look at that.
That's why you wait until it's like you're gurgling.
Yeah, it sort of is. Yeah.
I'm not going to even do that on camera.
Wow.
Go on, Alex. Sorry, is there any more?
Yeah, there's a bit more. Of course, the big question, will she reveal Bigfoot to the public? Will humanity finally have living proof of the mythological creature is real? Nah, Hogarth said. Regarding presenting Bigfoot to the world, government scientists would just take him and dissect him or try and turn him into a soldier to fight ISIS or something. You know how the government is.
Yeah, you pesky. They're pesky.
To be fair, though,
I'm always getting in the way, aren't they?
To be fair, though, I'd rather be next.
Post.
But would you rather be next to Bigfoot, or would you rather be next to some absolute div who don't know what he's doing?
Isn't
Bigfoot just? To be honest,
isn't he just the perfect analogy for just being a man? Isn't he? Like one day he's free and roaming, the next thing he just wants a little bit, and now he's trying to get. She wants him to move in. She wants a kid, and he's been airdropped into Afghanistan. I can imagine him. He's standing there with a rifle, just trying to pay his bills, thinking, "Why did I stay in the forest?"
Yeah, he's got his army hat to the side and smoking a fag.
Yeah. Why did I answer that call? Like, why?
I could just imagine Bigfoot jumping out of a plane like a spread eagle with a parachute on his back. Like.
Yeah, but no emotion, but sadness. Yeah. Just tears in his eyes.
He's a pacifist. He don't even want to be there.
Also, he doesn't actually use a gun.
The thing he hates the most is about being in the desert.
Yeah.
Oh, all that hair.
It's completely the opposite to what he likes, isn't it?
As a hairy man, let me tell you, the
hairy
sandy hair don't
Be like
mix.
Parky on All-Inclusive in Tenerife.
Well, I can just imagine that a black car's coming up really slowly up a really long drive, pulls up to the house, and then two men get out, and the colonel walks up to the door, knocks on the door, and because he's died, she knows that he's died. She's dropped a plate in the kitchen because she's seen the black car. Yeah. And then they give her the suit. They give her the army suit, but it's absolutely massive. Like 4 people have got to hold it.
No. They don't give him the suit. They just give him his boots.
Yeah, but it's in two different cars for each foot.
Yeah.
I like the idea of her not changing the house after he died. He just shows a picture of an old woman with this big empty wingback next to her and the world's biggest slippers. just in front of the chair.
Just made it into part of the furniture.
What music was playing? Clowns to the left of me, jokes to the right.
or that these boots are made for walking.
Like, what's the one that's done by Creedence, Clearwater Revival in every single Vietnam film? Born to raise the flag.
Yeah.
Fortunate Son.
Final fortunate son.
If they're not playing, if they weren't playing that when they did airdropped him in, then I don't want to live in this world.
Yeah.
As it comes over the horizon, do-da-doo.
And all you can see is the outline of the sun and 3 helicopters coming through.
Mate, always the flag.
Mate, honestly.
I think I'm right in saying, even though they're like really like southern like accents, they're playing, I'm pretty sure they're from like California or something like that.
Yeah, they were. Were they from Florida or California?
Well, it might be someone like that. Like their
Florida,
like the whole like southern like twang thing was like something they put on to sing, like it was how they spoke.
Yeah. Shout out to Creedence. Sorry, Alex.
No, that's all right.
Maybe
There's
we should get the boys on.
get Creedence.
Right.
There's only 2 little bits left. But I think this is going to make up your minds for this story. If it hasn't, well, yeah, not 2 little feet. But if it hasn't already, this is going to make up your minds. She did say that she will sell pictures and samples of Bigfoot's fur through a website she plans to set up. Now that marijuana is legal in Washington State, I don't have an income. So capitalising on my boyfriend's fame is how I plan to make money.
She can't be a distributor or sell weed from her house.
What was she?
Well, I think there's certain things that you have to go through in there to get your weed
Yeah,
into a
there
shop.
is. Of course there is.
Oh.
Set yourself up a business then.
Yeah, you know.
No, but in fairness though, if you bought this said fur, do you think it would look surprisingly like pubes?
Yeah, Geezer's just had a shave, isn't he?
Yeah, maybe.
It's from these hippie birds in a fire.
Oh.
She's like 50. Oh no. I didn't know Bigfoot was grey.
Why has it got a silver tinge to it?
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, it smells like Bigfoot.
Yeah, but I've cleaned it, she goes. I've washed it.
It's been the chloric acid.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That is the end
disgusting.
of the story, unfortunately.
I like
Wow.
that one.
I mean,
That is the end.
I'm sold on that. That definitely happened.
Do you know what I've just worked out can happen? There could potentially be a tie here.
There could be being 4 people for the first ever time.
Yeah, could potentially be a tie.
If there is a tie, if there is a tie, 2 of you are lying.
Yeah, we all know this is life.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I thought you knew about this podcast. Okay, Alex, I think it's like, should we let Parky go first?
Yeah,
Yeah,
why not?
go on. Yeah.
Well, I mean, normally in these situations, it's normally like you boys like to dissect it down, don't you, and like give
We
like
do.
good reasons. So I feel like
I want to hear your 5 top reasons in order from least to best of why it's bollocks.
I think if you are a tall, strong man like the Bigfoot is, you're not going after a 50-year-old stoner. Oh, yeah, let's be honest. Like, It's all the rage in America to want tall men. He could have a picking of some 25-year-old bird who's on a hike. So, like, if he is there's no way he's shagging that bird. So, for that reason, this isn't life. I can't know if I can go for 5. I mean, let's be honest. Second, the biggest one is she's clinically insane, without a shadow of a doubt. Absolutely, shadow of a doubt.
Did they even mention that he had big feet?
No.
I'm saying to you,
It's just a fella, then, isn't it? It's just a fella. What has she been through? Seriously,
He's been through her, apparently.
she's in like Luke said, she's in La La Land, isn't she? She probably loves it.
we didn't even hear what the trauma was.
Oh yeah, there was no trauma, was there?
There was no trauma.
Well, I mean, I bet her childhood weren't great. I'll be honest with you.
Oh yeah. She didn't go to her dad's funeral, did she? 100%.
No. And she was dating her brother for 6 months before anyone told her.
That's outrageous.
Christmases were separate.
I hated Christmas growing up.
Yeah. Well, think back.
Parky, so what's your verdicts on that then?
This isn't life. 100. I've never been more certain of an answer in my existence.
Fair enough. Fair play. Josh?
I can't even think of things that even combat with as a joke. Like I can't even think of things that you won't just shoot me down straight away. So, Bigfoot sounds like an absolute rad geezer. If I'm being honest, just munching bud all day. What an absolute boy! And the woman sounds pretty cool as well. I'll be honest, like not the sleeping together part, but she sounds pretty cool. But
maybe just maybe seeing every now and again.
Yeah. I mean, once you clean yourself up a bit, but I can't have one. This is too. Even for me with cryptids, this is too much. Too much. So this isn't life.
So there was. If we wind it back to the beginning, what have we had in this story? We have had.
Do you want me to summarise?
Yeah.
All right.
And especially towards the end, where she was saying about all the conspiracy theories surrounding the government and stuff.
Yeah.
That's quite telling.
So we have got a woman of 52 that goes by the name of Nancy that believes that she's in a sexual relationship, or what started off as a sexual relationship with Bigfoot has now turned into potentially starting a family with him and having a baby. She's trying to get pregnant. Now, in my eyes,
that is already. So is that 3 things already? Probably.
It's got to be.
Let's say it's 3 things of pile of shit, mental.
But he brings her flowers and mushrooms. Who knows what those flowers and mushrooms are? Because I imagine
I'll put flowers and mushrooms in as
psychedelic.
one bit of bullshit.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we're going to have enough fingers.
She's teaching him English.
Well, that's quite sweet, so I'll leave that one out.
Okay. But she doesn't want to sit there and say, even though she's come out and said, I'm with Bigfoot, she doesn't want to go, here's Bigfoot, because the government will take him, dissect him, and turn him into a...
and as Luke said, drop him in a rack.
Yeah. They're literally...
Goddamn killing machine.
They're literally going to turn him into a weapon of mass destruction.
Boring.
He's got the strength of 7 nuclear bombs.
He just stomps on the ground.
Is he strong? Is he strong, Captain? Is he strong, sir? Is he strong? He'll do the equivalent damage of 17 nuclear missiles.
Bigfoot, get in here.
With all the actors going on strike, this could be the next big film that comes out here.
Just imagine
okay, right now,
folding a frying pan in half.
I want movie titles from all of you right this second.
Oh, it's easy. Cocaine Bigfoot.
There's no cocaine involved.
No. He got into that in Iraq.
No.
Big responsibilities.
I like that, because what Will's taking there, he's not gone for the great big Hollywood like bash blow him up in Iraq. This is the internal troubles of a man at war, isn't it?
This is going to be this is going to be an A-list cast. I'm thinking maybe.
Hang on, can I stop you?
Maybe Hoffman.
Let me stop you there. I want from every person, we'll go round in a round, right? I want 1, right? We're going to do it as a 3, yeah? But the first one is going to be action movie title, right? Action movie. Then we're going to have a drama and then a rom-com.
Okay.
All right. So first one, action movie title. Parky, we'll start with you.
Action movie?
Yeah.
Bigfoot's Big Bang. I'm going to go with.
What, he's got into pool movies already? He's found his electron.
Josh?
Bigfoot, Big Trouble.
I got Bigfoot versus Godzilla.
No. What you've done there, sir, is you've taken another film. I could say Bigfoot who's visiting Jurassic Island.
All right, okay.
I've got one. I've got two actually. I've got three actually.
Go on.
Save it, Will.
Bigfoot Begins.
Oh. Yeah. Bigfoot Returns.
Already got the sequel sorted.
That's it. It's the second one.
Someone get Spielberg on the phone. Right this second.
Bigfoot in Little China. There you go.
I was going to say that. How bizarre. I thought we had to use the Iraq reference.
Christopher Nolan's calling.
All right, a drama.
He wants Cillian Murphy to play.
He's outstanding.
Go on, what's your drama movie title?
Alex, you start.
I'll start. Bigfoot, Little Problems.
Yeah.
As a drama. It deals with all these little problems like in life where he's like looking for bugs under logs, but there's none there. Or like he's on a diet and he lifts them up and there's only wood lice, but he can't eat them because they're too calorific.
too nutritious.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Daniel Day-Lewis has got to be in it if it's a drama.
There will be Bigfoot.
Oh, that is good. Man.
Yeah, like there will be blood.
For The Wandered Wilderness, the Bigfoot story.
Jeez, a biopic, is it?
And it was original.
I was thinking The Last Forest, but I don't know.
That's good as well. The last Forest Prince.
That's a good one, yeah. Prince of the Forest.
He had it all, but he secretly had nothing as well. So he's got his whole kingdom and no one to share it with. That's the story. That is the story. And he's found his princess. He's found his princess.
And we got last one is rom-com. Will, you could start.
Oh no. Bigfoot actually.
Yeah. Josh?
Married at First Fright. That's something Sylvester Stallone would have been in the 80s.
3 Feet's a Crowd.
Notting Hill only is Bigfoot.
Notting Foot.
Robin Foot. Peter Foot.
The Note Foot.
The Notefoot's good. The Notefoot's
10 things I hate about Bigfoot.
27 foot.
I'll for a rom-com.
Yeah.
I would go for instead of Good Luck Chuck, I'd have the Good Luck Nancy. Huge. Can I just say as well, if any of these on the springboard that starts off Shaquille O'Neal's acting career, I don't know what it is.
And you can guarantee Adam Sandler will be in it somewhere.
Oh yeah. Sandler's got to be in it.
Yeah. Oh my god! That was a good one.
I think I'd have Bigfoot's Big Break.
That's a good one.
How
about, can we do one more?
Go to Hollywood.
We can do one more. If you've got another horror, yeah.
Bigfoot and Nancy go to Iraq. Horror. Sorry, I was thinking that.
I was thinking of a horror film. Yeah. Bigfoot's Normal Life. just documentary of him and his family when he goes to his killing tree. Like. He calls it his nearly tree.
Friday the 13th foot.
What about this one? What about Bigfoot? With a question mark on the end.
That was not the name of the film. That's the answer that all of Nancy's friends and family gave.
Bigfoot?
I wouldn't go
know
horror.
if that's Bigfoot's real name.
Yeah,
That's John, you lunatic. She's already said that.
Sorry.
Nightmare on Bigfoot Street.
John's Secret.
John's Secret.
Jeepers, Bigfoot.
I wouldn't go horror. I'd go war film myself. Full Metal Sasquatch.
Full furry.
Also, Full Metal Sasquatch looks to cross over into Iron Man as well, and that's how they drop him in.
He's got control of everything.
AC/DC playing over.
Oh, yeah, that would be. Don't forget Fortunate Son. He's got to be dropped in with Thunderstruck.
Mate, do you know what? That is absolutely classic. Wolf, that is classic.
That was a good little side thing, wasn't it?
The battle for Bigfoot Ridge. Bigfoot's Ridge.
Good morning, Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Do you reckon that God played an evil joke with him and gave him a tiny cock? Do you reckon he's got an absolute pecker?
Yeah.
Saving Private Bigfoot.
Shaving Bigfoot.
Saving Private Bigfoot would be the greatest war story of what we mentioned about when there's that moment where they have to pretend like it's difficult to try and find him when they're going to people and they're showing a bit and they're thinking, this movie's going to take 5 minutes.
Every man, woman and child running past them screaming, screaming, Bigfoot, Bigfoot. Where the fuck would he be that?
They show him a picture. Who are we looking for, sir? They show this is you're looking for a private, and they show him a picture. It's all blurry.
Yeah.
Inglorious Bigfoot. Well.
Oh, sorry. Who hasn't given their verdicts?
I haven't. I haven't given verdicts. Neither as Will.
I haven't, but yeah. Wow, that was basically all my verdict there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with This Isn't Life. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same. This Isn't Life. Just on the basis, this is so ridiculous.
It just gets more ridiculous as it goes on, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Right at the end, they really just pump a load of ridiculous shit in. Like, right, we haven't got enough in here. We haven't got enough that it's Bigfoot who's having a sexual relationship, wants to get married, being taught English, and they're having a baby. That's not enough. What they need is some extra shit at the end saying about the government and conspiracy theories.
Drop them into a rack.
I do think the bit we've missed out on, though, is the first selling, because what this is potentially is the greatest marketing ploy this woman could have come up with.
Oh, definitely.
She had about 30 cats that died on her that she'd shaved when they died, and she thought, there's no way I'm going to get rid of all of this, and I want to make some cash. 3 mushrooms and 2 joints later, she went, I've got it.
There we go.
Do you reckon she's now opened up a shack is now a weed shop, but like everything's like Bigfoot related? It's like a bong, but it's Bigfoot. Ashtray, but it's Bigfoot. Like you can't find anything in there that'd be Bigfoot related.
The name of the shop is called Budfoot.
Yeah, if she's not selling Bigfoot weed, then she needs to sort herself out.
No, absolutely. Because who wouldn't want to smoke? What you got there, mate? Oh, don't worry, mate. It's just a joint of Bigfoot. Well, that shit's gonna kill me. Pass it in.
It's just a Sasquatch 420.
The cough starts at your toe. You actually do a primal scream when you let the smoke out.
Sassy haze, they call it.
It actually feels like where you feel it first is in your feet, and it feels like they're throbbing. So that's what it's called.
The only problem is though, as you open the bag, it smells like 5 cats have been burnt alive.
Well, having Luke here, having Parky here, just before we wrap it up and go, Parky, Is there, because I know Will loves it, is there a funny story that you've got that you could end on this? I know it's not going to be as funny as having a sexual relationship with Bigfoot, but
I was actually thinking about these today. I don't know how necessarily how funny it is, but I did think there was one that I thought summed up our friendship incredibly well from years ago. We went on a lads. It's just we and Josh have a tendency to run into absolute lunatics. Is like in both our normal social life and our love life. We seem to. Hopefully the wife doesn't listen to this. But Josie,
would you like a shovel for that grave you're digging?
Josie, turn off the mic. Turn off the podcast now. Yeah, we tend to attract lunatics, and we went on a trip to Norwich many years ago. Kind of long story short, we picked up a straggler on the way that just saw us going down the road, like a 35-year-old woman, and then followed us to a bar. We ended up in this bar, and we actually ended up with a choice at one point. We either went with this group of like nurses that were going clubbing, and go to another place, or this is like we're in our early 20s, by the way, or we went with like this 35, 36-year-old woman. Went, do you want to come back to my house? Yeah.
We knew she had money because she was. She had all the right gear on.
Yeah. So we went, right, well, let's go back to her. Obviously, let's go back to her house. Yeah. Left with a really funny moment because we've been drinking all day, and Wilson had whiskey dick, I believe is what it's called. And in fear he might miss out, he was in the corner making sure that he would be able to pull of a taxi. But we were sitting in his taxi, and I had to sit there while I
thought all three. There was one point in that cab where all three lads looked at each other, and we were like, "This is really going to happen. This is actually really going to happen. Like, this is going to be something like out of a film." Like.
We thought, so we were like in the bist. I would say when we got back there, we were talking. Keep them anonymous.
Can we just talk about the house? Talk about the house, though.
We turned up. I'm not being funny, but I did think it was going to be a crack den. I thought we were going to turn up. It was going to be here. I'd kept the taxi driver warm because I thought if there's like 4 pit bulls outside, I'm going. Yeah. So we turned up. This house is absolutely stunning. Yeah, it's not like mansion, but a very nice, well kept house. So we've all gone in there. Lovely decor inside. Done really well.
Nice.
While she's off doing things in the house, we're having like conversations, we're setting ground rules, like we're not putting each other off.
Don't look me in the eye.
No cop touching. Like we're setting ground rules here. Yeah. Anyway, we're sitting there chatting. The third one is not backed out. I'll keep it anonymous, but he's like backed out. He's like, I'm not going to do so. We think, okay, well, it makes it easier. 3's a crowd in those scenarios. 2 you can work with.
Where's that one going to go? Yeah.
So exactly, someone's got
to hold the camera.
Yeah, so he's like, we can work with this anyway. So she's then gone. Let's go for a tour around this house. So we're thinking, I'm thinking this is done. Here's a tour. Here's a fucking cupboard, and here's the bedroom. Yeah. Anyway, she goes up there. We get round. She starts showing us all her kids' bedrooms. Yeah, which is weird. Yeah,
little bunk beds.
There's like a 3-bedroom house. We then go around and start seeing like her bed. Yeah, and then for this woman all the time has been incredibly like taking everything back to sex. She carries on talking about it, but now she starts talking about how amazing her husband is in bed and things like that. And we were like, what? It turns out that her husband is like on the oil rigs. Yeah. Well, funny that she lives in Norwich. I don't know where he's travelling to. Yeah. He works on the oil rigs. Yeah, and he's off back, but when he's back home, like he's like some sort of animal. And we're thinking, so now I'm like, we put our cocks away, like, oh, maybe not. Yeah.
Meaning we're like, so when's he get time off then? He ain't due back now, is he?
So we've now ended up in this moment.
Get that into conversation.
We're downstairs. We're still thinking that, like, how is this going to happen? It also feels incredibly weird because we've talked nothing about her kids and her husband for the last 15 minutes. Now, great he is. I'm trying to, like, go around the house and, like, turn over pictures of her husband so it doesn't remind us, so she doesn't bring up in conversation. Yeah. And suddenly we're sitting there and she like connects like her laptop up to the screen, and we are now watching a video of her getting, and I don't mean like, like at home, like on a camera on the side, like a little arse in the distance going at it. I'm talking like POV, proper, like could send it into porn of her getting absolutely battered by this geezer. He was a lump, by the way. We have both at the same time both backed out, yeah, and thought he's an absolute lump, this guy, yeah, and he's absolutely packing heat as well. They're better than both of us.
Never compete.
Bear in mind, this was like 6 a.m.
Yeah,
it was sunny again now.
It was, and shit, we both had to, at that moment where she is going to absolutely to town, I look over on the couch behind her and just catch eyes with him, and there's the same moment of us both go, should we get a taxi? Should we get a taxi and go? It was the strangest moment of.
Mad.
It was one of the strangest. Do you know what? It didn't seem mad until we were in the taxi on the way home. And it was like that moment of silence that pulled up to the Premier Inn, and we were like, what the f*** just happened?
And neither of us got laid either. It was like the worst experience ever.
Yeah, absolutely. Which I just, he's necessarily like a massive end of the like big finale, but it just always makes me laugh. He just sums it up perfectly. We've gone through all of that, and I end up just watching her get railed by her husband, which is and in his defence.
End of the night.
Yeah, that's how you finish it off. And he really knew what he was doing in his defence.
And all I could think about in like the most non-sexual way was her kid's bedroom that she just showed me around 2 minutes earlier. I was like, that's really killed my mood. Like,
It wasn't on the kid's bed, was it? You can identify it was.
No, I mean, it was only a little bunk bed, so they probably wouldn't have fitted.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't looking at the background. It could have been. They could have been. Or they could have been standing on Mount Vesuvius for all I knew. There could have been anywhere.
Everest.
But yeah, that's my little story. One of the many ones.
There you go, Will.
Brilliant, man.
Well,
That's class. That's just what I needed.
Well, I think it's time, lads. It's a good episode.
Yeah.
And then Gummy's been kicked in for about 20 minutes now, and I am a little bit wavy. I will not lie to you.
Right, gentlemen, thank you for having me on.
No,
appreciate it.
Our pleasure,
you've been an absolute star.
Anytime.
Thank you for coming on.
Absolutely.
Alex, you want to plug it before we go?
Yeah, you can find everything about This Isn't Life at This Isn't Life Pod on the Twitter. Check us out on YouTube. Look at the YouTube shorts as well. I think they look quite good, personally, the YouTube shorts.
No, he's getting better. He's getting better. Yeah. What about the email? Just in case anyone wants to send anything in.
Yeah, you can send submit your own stories if you want. You can do that at thisisntlife.sub@gmail.com. You can do it anonymously or...
Tell us if you want Parky back again.
Yeah, there is that
course,
as well.
Or tell us if he was horrendous. We take all criticism very seriously.
But
big shout out to Semi-Skeptic as well for
sending
that.
Yeah,
cheers, boys.
They really capture our essence. I think you guys will agree.
2 peas in a pod
with that one. Absolutely,
yeah. Well, this has been This Isn't Life.
Next week.
Dinner.
Yeah.
Peace.
See you later,
people. Bye.
Bye.
This isn't life.